Oh, what is going on, racers? Let's see who's P1 tonight in the house. It's Kevin Bridges, P1. Ray Smith in the runner-up spot. Third is going to be Sean Carr. Just out of there is my main man, Cody Chisholm. Wow, awesome stuff. Dan Watkins in the house. Ooh, B.A. in the house. Yo, yo, yo. Blue Line Graphics right there. That's my man. He is my main man. We got some cool stuff coming up, too, for you. Hey, my name's Terry Bridges, and I'm your horsepower and performance broadcaster. And sitting alongside me is the best co-host in the biz, my main man, Mr. Glenn Lippy Tower. What's going on, Lippy?
It's all good over here. Sorry about last week. Sorry out there to all my listeners and fans, but work called, duty called. So I apologize for not showing up and supporting the show last week, but I'm here this week.
Oh, dude, it's all good. We know, we kind of know that happens from time. Traffic's a tough one, right? I mean,
traffic sucks. Yeah, definitely. Especially today, there's been nothing but trouble. But last week I was up in King County doing a metal roof, and I just needed to get that stuff done up there. It just wasn't happening.
Hang on, we just got one little technical glitch. Are you hooked in? Can you hear?
Got nothing in my headset.
Okay, hang on. I think you're back now.
Wow, yeah.
There we go. Sorry about that, guys. A little technical. I was doing some house cleaning. I had some stuff unplugged, but we're set to go now. So everything's good?
Everything's good on my end. Good.
Super. Hey, we want to welcome everybody to the Northwest Race Report. It's the quickest and most positive winning Wednesday on the web, and the next 75 minutes is going to be rocking. Gotta tell you, about the huge Blue Line Graphic Fall Sales event going on right now. You need to get by blg.blue. Check out the huge new selection of over 50 incredible cutting-edge wing kit designs and custom graphics, and they are now available for you. Stand out. Go to blg.blue and check them out. They are magnificent. And I know I say this every week, but good things take time. We have some cool stuff. I just saw the initial prototype of our In the Seat Guest t-shirts, and I'm going to tell you what. Ford Cook in the house. What's going on? Ed Sim, right on. Good to have you with us. What's up, Aaron Speed Racer Stanford? But we've got some cool. I saw the prototype, Lippy, and the t-shirts off the chain. I'll show it to you after the show, but it's going to be super cool. So, hey, we got a super good show for you tonight. We got some awesome In the Seat guests tonight, our Blue Line Graphics In the Seat guests. We're going to be talking with Mariah McGriff, coming off of her first ever pole and main event win at the season finale in Tucson. And a guy that I don't know too well. I know him from Facebook. You may know him, Lippy. I haven't met him personally, but I'm looking forward to getting a chance to talk to him. He sounds like he's got it going on. His name is Sean Hulbert, and he's the podcast extraordinaire and host of Sean in the Dirt. He's kind of on the sprint car side of things. He does a lot of stuff with Skagit, and I'm assuming Deming and Elma and all that. He's a big sprint car guy. Everything dirt racing. So we're going to get a chance to talk to Sean tonight about the 7:15 hour. And, of course, we got Lappin' with Lippy. He's going to kind of continue our segment on parents and youngsters and how we can keep things up to date. So, man, if you're out in the shop, I'm telling you, turn it up. If you're not, grab your favorite beverage, and let's get this winning Wednesday rolling. All right, tonight's Winning Wednesday is brought to you by Wicked Fabrication. Since 2002, the great fabbers at Wicked Fab have been giving hot rodders and car nuts the best in custom fabrication. Check them out on the web at www.wickedfab.com or check out their Wicked Fab Facebook page. It's pretty cool. Be sure you stop by there and like it. Be sure you tell them you heard it on the Northwest Race Report. And, man, some stuff going on. J&M Motorsports, they had a big clone. I'm going to see, is Ed and Regina here tonight? They had some Scott Warning in the house. What's going on, buddy? Well, the J&M Motorsports, they had over the weekend on the 23rd, and I think they're back in Kentucky. But I just wanted to give a shout-out. I saw that, and first of all, I got to give a huge shout-out to the good folks at Double Deuce, because they are up to date with all the clone stuff back east. You know what I mean? So everything's good there.
It's big back there.
It is big. It is big. And Double Deuce is at a lot of them. For as much as they can travel around, they do it. But I want to give this shout out to Clone Light winner Riley Davenport. Clone Junior rookie red plate goes to Landon Lee. Our Clone Junior rookie green plate goes to Bryce Elkins. Clone Heavy went to James Beasley. Clone Junior non-restricted went to Riley Davenport. He was cleaning up this weekend. Super Clone Heavy went to Jamie Beasley. Clone Over the Hill. What do you think that is?
The age challenge.
Now, do you think age makes a difference?
Depends on what we're talking about.
Clones.
Clones. I see Regina checked in tonight, so she is here. And Chuck Jones, good to see you here. Well, you know, I'm sure they're not talking about the motors because, you know, they're coming out with a new dang motor every week. So they're not talking about over-the-hill motors, so it's got to be people's age.
Yes. Sounds like it was cool. Looks like...
I'm in.
Would you fit that?
I would.
Well, wait a minute. Are you over 40?
Mm-hmm.
Well, you're not over the... Are you over the 5-0?
Nope. But I'm over the 4.5.
You're over the 4.5?
Yep.
I'm over the 5-0.
Oh, nice.
I'm almost... Actually, I'm so old, I just got an AARP card.
Nice.
Yep, just got it in the mail. But I'm going to tell you, they got some good discounts on there.
I'm all about the discount.
Yeah, buddy. My neighbor. What tempted me was my neighbor told me he got $9 off of a pizza.
Holy cow!
That's what I'm saying. I said I don't care, old or not, AARP or not. I'm getting that bad boy.
Love me.
Ooh, Brian Rushing in the house. Right on. Kevin Lau, Doug Bartlett. I'm always. Look at this. Will
Mrs.
you?
Angel.
I
even
know.
On here. Man.
Wow. We must have. You know what? We must have did something good.
Or right, one or the other.
Yes. Wow. Renee Angel. Thanks for tuning in. Yeah, so the Over the Hill went to John Whitson. Jeff Rourke was second. Third went to Tony Underwood. Clone Medium, Justin Hill, James Beasley, and Chase Pemberton. Oh, I wonder if that's any relation to Ryan Pemberton, the big NASCAR guy.
That could be.
I don't know. Maybe Regina can help us out with that. And they had a special feature inversion. And that went to Justin Hill. John Whitson was second. Third was James Glass. And fourth was Matt Sander. But the big one was going on down at Dumpling Valley over in Kodak, Tennessee. And it was the Burris Fall Nationals in conjunction with the Wayne Overton Memorial. That was the 10:27. Right, 27 laps for whatever. Ooh, the Rocket, Ronnie Cox in the house. Jennifer Larson Spark. Did anybody see her picture on Facebook the other day with her new glasses?
I heard you talking about it, though.
She kind of, well.
The librarian.
Yes, there we go. We like librarians, right?
Nothing wrong with that.
No, nothing wrong at all.
Good to see Jason Susich, too.
Yeah, it is. So... The Burris Fall Nationals, and again, I want to give a big shout out to Double Deuce because, you know, they were all over it. They had all the stuff posted, so you can go back and check out who won, all the details. Not only that, but they had photos, videos up there. I'm just telling you, they are all over it.
Yeah, they sound like
it. They
Some
really
good people
are.
right there.
Absolutely. So they're my stop for everything clone. Is Double Deuce Karting Media on Facebook. They've got lots of results and all that stuff. Clone 425 went to Mike Nichols. Clone 330 went to Jordan Blacker. Senior champ, Roger Paget. And I believe I talked to Kurt Burst today. He said that was one of the pro classes, so that was pretty cool. Reed Hartlett took Clone 350. Clone Blue went to Devin Morgan. He's a C-High Performance driver.
Nice. Mm-hmm.
Junior, yep. Pro Flathead went to my man, Barrett Terry. You know, I met him at the Insane one, and dude is cool. Dude is really cool. I tried to get he had some cool Terry stickers, right? So I tried to get that going on, but I didn't get one. He couldn't find them. He was kind of in a hurry. So Barrett Terry wins the Pro Flathead. Junior champ went to Allie Norton. Now, I don't know if if Allie, I'm going to assume it might be a she, but it could be a guy. It could be
We're going to go
Ollie.
with the girl.
I don't know. Regina, can you help us on that one? Maybe
Yes, please.
type in if you could. Josh Darnell wins the Clone 375. The Pro Green went to Jacob Neibel. Pro Champ went to Jonathan Goodpasture. The Pro Clone went to Austin Payne. Pro Clone Blue went to Dalton Casto. He's a stud. He's a young up-and-comer. Adam Ingram wins the Clone Super Heavy. And the Wayne Overton Memorial, the open class, was won by Colby Horner, who I believe is the track owner there at Dumpling Valley. And the limited went to Austin Payne. So there's some updates there for you from the Burris Fall Night. Oh, it is a girl.
Yeah,
Thank you,
girl,
Regina.
yep.
Yes, it is. And so it's good to see those female phenoms, right? Renee Angel. We got some around here. We got Renee Angel. We got, help me out here. We got we got Anna Singleton.
Definitely, yeah. There's quite a few of them, actually.
Yeah, we've got Mariah McGriff in the late models. We've got Molly Helmuth. There's Nicole Bihar.
Mm-hmm.
She's doing the what's the West Coast, the NASCAR, what do they call that now? It's not the Winston West, but it's the see, I'm getting old. That's what's happening.
It's late model.
Yeah, no, it's the it used to be Winston West, but Renee knows what it is. What's up, Craig Collins in the house? So with that, that's kind of all that's going on for at least for a couple weeks anyway. I know I think the 7th and 8th is coming up, and I know that I believe is the opener for Salem Speedway for the
Cage Card.
That's
yes,
correct.
Is.
The
yes.
first 2-day show of the thing.
I heard they were going to do practice down here. They're this weekend. Maybe Jason could chime in on that.
I want to say the 6th. They're definitely going to have practice. It's $25 to get Dale Schroeder. Man, you know who Dale Schroeder is? You remember him?
Yeah. Oh,
his
yeah.
son was the Blingmeister, right?
Good
Max Schroeder. Yeah, he used to race with Harley Yoshi and all that. Those were the good old. Hey, let me tell you, those kids used to go at it at Roy at the old Oakwood Arena. There was some great racing, you know. But Max Schroeder getting it done, man. He ran at the Fall Classic. And he got his eyes opened a little bit, but I'm sure they learned a lot. So they got good-looking stuff, good-looking cars. Dale Schroeder, thanks for being on the show, my man. Ricky Worley, man. I mean, they're coming out of the woodwork tonight. Kayla Pittman, you remember her?
Yes.
Yes, wonderful people. God, I haven't seen them in so long.
Renee actually answered your question there. It's the K&N
Yes,
series.
it is. Thank you, Renee Angel. Thank you. You know, and she's all over the place. She's not only racing, but she's getting in shape.
Oh, have you seen her? She's like ran all the way around Seattle.
I know she's running all these marathons or half marathons, and
hats off to her.
Here's the deal, it's BK8, right?
Yeah, you think, huh?
She's
I
tuning
think it's
up.
more like the Arizona.
I think what you're going to find here, BK8, is Renee Angel is going to be all business, right? It's going to be for the W.
I hope so. Well, if not in Arizona, I don't know how many she's planning on taking to Arizona. Last year, it seems like she had 3 with the Yamaha, the 100cc Reed motor, and then her Open. So she really, with 3 days of racing down there, wear you out. So,
yeah. Hey, I got to say a big shout out to my main man, the Shark, Jacob Smith. He's listening in with his dad, Ray. So good to hear from you, Jacob the Shark Smith. He's a many-time champion. He's a Grand National IKF expert now, and he's a stud. But, man, Damon Sullivan in. Right on, my man. That's good stuff.
Oh, here's Jason. Open practice, all cage cart, dwarfs, minis, speedways, flat track bikes. Well, basically, yeah, they're just opening it up, which is great. I can't wait. Rusty and I were in the garage all night tonight putting stuff together. We plan on being there for the first weekend.
Are you good? And
the
looks like it says flat track, but you name it. Bring it this Sunday, 12 to 5, $25.
Wish I could make it.
Yeah, Ryan Basile, Salem Indoor Cage is going to be huge. Yes, it is. It's going to be good stuff there. The Cage Cup coming up. That's March 18th and 19th. I think I'll be calling that show. But hey, I did find out good news. I posted on Facebook that I wasn't going to be doing the indoor at Salem, but things have since changed. So I will be doing the Speedway events.
Oh wow, nice.
Here's my situation is, as much as I would love to do the cage guy, it's 2 day right, and try to get all that time. It's just actually I switched jobs, so see, I'm no longer at the depot.
Oh
nope, I'm at U-Haul now because they kind of encourage moonlighting, and
nice.
and so they said they'd work around my schedule, so that's what I needed to continue this dream. So that's what I'm doing. I'm now at U-Haul now, so I could make those Salem Speedway events.
Awesome.
And so yeah, I'm going to be there. We'll be doing the shows, and then when I can on a weekend, I think a couple of the cage. Now, are you going to be running on the 2 day shows, or are you going to be at the Speedway stuff, or how?
I'm going to run all this, as much of the Speedway as I can. I haven't seen any 2 day shows show up for that yet.
There won't be, I don't think. But I was just going to say, maybe if you're not at one of the 2 days, we can take the show down there and do a...
yeah, I'd love to. Yeah, sure. Absolutely.
Maybe do a couple things. Next week, we are going to be hanging out at Wetline.
Oh, really?
Yep, Wednesday night. I don't know if you can make it, but
there. Shit, are you kidding me?
we're gonna be doing a live show from the Wetline Racing operation down in I think it's in Oregon City, whatever. But we were gonna go down there, so I don't know if I don't see Chris on tonight, but we did talk about it. We made the date, so next Wednesday we'll be broadcasting live from Wetline Racing. I think if you want to, you can come over to the shop, hang out. We'll have a third mic, so you can have some questions for our guests, and we can kind of open things up and kind of do some stuff. I'm hoping to have Mike Dickerson on. I've tried to call him several times, but we got some great guests coming up. We got Mike Dickerson. Hopefully Mike Dickerson next week. The 11th, we've got the president of the Snake River Carters, and he's going to be doing some stuff with the Northwest Gold Cup pretty heavy this year. Ray Smith. So, we got some. We just got some good stuff coming up. The Northwest Gold Cup mindset. We're going to be seeing, how these series should be thinking, talking. We'll be talking with Ray about that. He has some really wonderful ideas on that. We got Kurt Burris on the 25th of November.
Can't wait for that one.
Yeah, so we're going to be talking to him. And then on December 2nd, we might even have him here in the studio. Our own Brian Azcunega going to be here from BLG, from Blue Line Graphics. He hopefully will be sitting in with us on December 2nd.
Oh, wow. I saw some stuff. Dan Watkins sent me something earlier this week from Blue Line Graphics. He's having them do some graphics for him, and he sent me their preliminary drawing of it, and it looks so good. Oh, it looks so good.
Yeah, it's pretty cool.
They do some amazing stuff.
Yeah, and those of you that know Joe Ransom, he's kind of their installer, and he's kind of the mastermind that started all this stuff. But it's gonna be really really good. Going to be really good stuff. So lots of cool things coming up, and get this. So I did some counting on my calendar, and we are at episode 48. So I counted back on my calendar. It says we had 57, but I think a couple of those got mixed up with some of the other shows, whatever. So December 10th is the anniversary of the Northwest Race Report. That was when December 10th of last year was the. That'll be the 1 year anniversary. So
nice.
Yep, 50. We'll have 52 episodes under our belts, and it seems like it's going okay so far. So good.
Definitely. Did you see Craig Collins checked in and said he's going to be driving a World Formula?
He down at Salem. That's going to be awesome. And Scott McDowell, your boss. Hey, you all are nuts.
We know it.
64 checking in. Yeah. So. That's really cool. Daniel Watkins is going to be doing a late model. He's getting some stuff for his cart there. Damon, Superdyne. Yeah. Have you heard of Superdyne?
I have. And Damon, elaborate on that a little bit. I've been watching the Superdyne site a little bit. They do some good stuff
They
there.
do.
So, elaborate on that. You got something going? I'd love to see a power plant up here in this end of the woods making some laps. That would be great.
For real. And I think they've got a cool deal where they do some it's a cool sponsor deal. I don't know all the details, but if you stop by Super Dine on Facebook, I think they've got quite a bit of cool stuff
For sure.
going on there. Another big shout out. Hopefully he's listening in. I don't see him checked in. But Shane Smith back in Cleveland, Ohio, at the Matco Training Center, and
he's getting his Matco on.
That's right. He's learning how to run the business, and it's not a truck; it's a store,
mobile store.
Yes, his mentor Shane Biles told him that today. They'll beat it into your head that it's a truck. I mean, it's a store, not a truck. So you don't go to the parts truck. It's like a mobile store is what it is. So we gotta
absolutely
make sure we get that straight. I mean, we got a few minutes, and I just got to tell you first of all, M Realty is a big sponsor of this show. Those of you that follow the late model ranks, he's an up and comer. His name is Luke Selleck, and he's going to be doing some big things. I can't really say anything now what he's doing, but it's going to be pretty awesome. But I just want to let you know, if you're buying or selling a home, be sure you take a look at M Realty, because they've got a great team of highly innovative and trained real estate personnel that pride themselves on giving their customers the highest level of customer service. And you combine that with their innovative and cutting-edge business platform, and it's not hard to see why M Realty is at the top of their game. So here's the deal. If you're buying or selling your home, give M Realty a call, 503-459-4474. Ask for Garen Sullivan, or just ask for the dad of the number 3 M Realty Super Late Model. Tell him I sent you. He will personally take care of you, make sure you've got the best and finest experience you can have. And check him out on the web, mportlandhomes.com. And remember, root for the M Realty number 3 Super Late Model, and follow the team at #GoLuke. So we got a couple minutes here before we have our Blue Line graphics in the seat guests. It's going to be awesome. But the BK.
The BK, woohoo!
Yeah, it's going to be awesome.
It is.
I mean, the hype hasn't quite started yet because we haven't got the indoor in yet, but I think it's building.
Definitely building. Personally, for me, as going down to Salem every winter to race down there, I can't wait to see what the track is, because they put in a different track every year. So, last year there was an obvious difference between the turns in each end. So, they sometimes they add 15 feet onto that track, and other times they shorten it up and make it more of a hairpin. So, for me, I can't wait to see the track and see what we're getting, where we get on, where we get off, all that stuff. I mean, it's just going to be good. It always changes.
Yeah. Hey, Damon Sullivan says you can see the open carts on the 5th mile at Porterville. He's got what's the name of your racetrack there, Damon? He's got a good deal going, and he's all about supporting the kids down there, and it's kind of in that Dixon area, right?
Oh, right, okay.
And so he's doing some good things down there with the track. And it's Rocky Mountain Raceway, I think is what they call it. But I'm not sure. Sound guy, I'm not sure. You okay, Kevin? I'm not sure what you mean by that. But Jason says the track is wide this year.
Nice.
What do you think of this? And I don't know. I mean, it could go either way. But what do you think if they put some banking? Would you like to see that? Would you think Salem? You think that would help it? Would it make it more racy or?
Banking's always good for us. I don't have any problem with the banking. Everybody ends up fighting over the bottom anyways, which doesn't have a lot. But if they did have a little banking, Rusty and I are both trying to put carts together this year that are going to try and work on the outside. I shouldn't probably say that, but we're Bassinetti laid down the gauntlet, for the fastest KT on the West Coast. So our stuff's in the shop getting freshened up, and our chassis and tire programs we're stepping it up. We're coming after that. We want a piece of that. He set it down.
He did. Well, so you'll have yourself and Rusty. You've got Bassinetti. You've got
the whole wetline group there. I mean,
Darren, Corey Markham. You got Brandon Day.
Yeah, great driver right there.
Yeah.
You can't leave out Brent Meyer.
Rich Spear.
Great driver right there.
You know. Then you add, I don't know if Renee's going to be running. I mean, she
Haven't heard, but yeah.
She bought, I know, rolled. Was it two seasons ago? I mean, she brought a $600 Yamaha and went down there, and she was rolling it. So, and then you've got a new guy that I think you're going to be hearing lots about is Kravitz.
Oh yeah, definitely. He did great up at ORV. Definitely.
I mean, super good. And then you got Jeremy Brown in the Phil Fowl machine. You've got
any of the Phil Fowl drivers are going to be there.
Absolutely, Zimmer's I think he's going to be running some BK stuff. You've got your boy Scott Keeney, Mike Flippin. I mean,
they're all bringing
let's name it, man.
Skeeter's in there too.
Yeah, so. Skeeter. I mean, man, that's going to be. You got Rico Jones. I mean,
Chuck Jones.
Absolutely, Chuck Jones for sure. God, I mean, just think of you got Dix if he shows up.
It's gonna be a big
one
down there.
The Yamaha class is gonna be exciting to.
We don't know where Iron Man is either. I know that I seen his stuff in Collins' shop getting freshened up, so you never know where the Iron Man's gonna be.
Well, yeah, well, absolutely. Well, you can never count the Iron Man out anymore. That guy is he's the master at being there at the end, right? He just somehow he finds a way to, and it doesn't matter if he's on a little teeny tiny motor against these great big monsters, he just finds a way to get there. It's pretty awesome. But you got the BK, you got defending champ Brad Berg,
great driver.
Brad's going to be there. You got Diotti. You hopefully Michael Lawton shows up. I mean Renee, she's going through her motor stuff, so she's going to be loaded for bear.
Look at KB. KB's been running great. Ronnie Cox has just been stellar.
The one that showed up that surprised everybody was Zach Schmitz last year with the 250.
Definitely. They're working on some new motor packages there, too. I don't know what they're going to have done by the BK, but they're definitely working on stuff.
Then there was the young kid that came over. He put on the race over at in Idaho. He was an independent. I don't know. God, I'm trying to remember.
Scully?
No, it wasn't Ryan Colley, but
there was Terrence Lawrence.
Well, Terry's there, and then Tim's always got that big bad boy 390. I hear Ricky Worley might be bringing a limited mod, like one of the a 390, a GX 390.
Nice.
Trying to get so Midnight Motorsports might be in the house for the first time. BJ Tidrick had one that he didn't get to run yet. So
what was it? JP you just said too was coming up from Cali.
Yeah, that's Brad Berg's car owner and Michael Lawton's car owner. So we'll see. I mean, I'm sure they'll be here. But then you got Diotti and Ford Cook.
Exactly.
And then you've got Ron Bowles. Ron Bowles. I mean, with Fernandez. I mean, it's going to be
ES7.
Absolutely. And then you got Watkins. He's going to be here running in, he and Bartlett had a whale of a battle last year. And so it's going to be, and Fernandez rode a 4-stroke. So it's going to be, no, he was a UAS guy. I'm pretty sure Renee might know. I can't remember his name. He was the 66 or the 60, one of those, but he was independent. He ran really strong. And then you've got Tyler Weber. He drove. I don't know if he'll be
Dave
rolling.
Lorenzo.
Yeah, man. He should have made it. But here's our first guest here.
Right on time.
Right on time. Mariah McGriff, is that you?
It is.
Wow, that is so awesome. Hey, just want to say, our In the Seat guest is brought to you by Blue Line Graphics, and get ahead of the pack, look good doing it, and stand out with Blue Line Graphics. They have a custom racing graphics and creative designs for all your motorsports needs, specializing in vehicle wraps, graphic kits, logos, and more. Go to www.blg.blue and check them out. Mariah McGriff, what is going on, girlfriend?
Lots of stuff. Moving things, school, getting ready to hopefully do another race on Thanksgiving weekend. So lots of stuff.
Wow. Another race. Where are you going to be racing at Thanksgiving weekend?
They have what they call the turkey shoot here at Tucson Speedway. It's supposed to be 125 laps.
Ooh. Can you win it?
Well, I won last race, so hopefully I can win that one because it pays a lot more.
Well, let me ask you now, though. How many laps was last week?
It was supposed to be a 100-lapper, and then with all the cautions and stuff we had, we only ended up running 50 laps.
Oh. So let me ask you. So as a driver, from the time that you've been doing it, is it easier to run 50 laps than it is 125, or would you rather go the longer distance?
I'd personally rather go the longer distance because then it tests a lot more of tires management, a lot of different things, and your endurance that you physically have. And a lot of times if you run 50 laps, people get crazy right off the bat, where 100 laps, they kind of came back and ride for a while.
Absolutely. Well, we talked to Taylor Riddle here a couple weeks ago after he won the Fall Classic, and that was 200 laps. And he said one of the biggest things that he learned was tire management. And he learned that at Evergreen because he went to the shootout, and he said, man, I didn't do a very good job with managing my tires. And is that, I mean, that's pretty hard to do, is it not?
It is. It's very difficult. The biggest thing is you have to slow yourself down, even if that means letting people walk away from you. But I know one of the best people that I've seen personally do it, even at Tucson Speedway, was when Dustin asked. So I think it was the first year we had Chili Willie. Nobody had any idea he was even capable of winning the race, and he just hung back, and all of a sudden he came up and won the thing. So pretty interesting to see different people and their different ways of coming back, especially like with Taylor Riddle at 200 laps. You definitely have to conserve tires on that.
Yeah, and he said, I mean, part of that deal, though, is so they gave a break at 100 laps. So, I mean, there's tire management up to that point, but you're going to put new tires on anyway. So, I mean, could you really just go for it for 100, knowing that there's a break at the 100 laps? Because you're going to put new tires on. Would you just go for it?
You probably could. At least you have 2 sets of tires on that time, but still got 100 laps to hold your tires together. And it probably depends a lot on the track, too, with aggressive and abrasive wide on asphalt.
Right. Well, your dad should know a lot about Evergreen, right? Because that's where
he does.
And then it was Yakima. I don't know how bad Yakima is on tires. I would think the 5/8 because I think that's what they were on at Evergreen. And he said I didn't do a very good job there. But you get that 100 lap break, and it's kind of like, God, that almost kind of sucks. Especially if you've, what if you've got a 5-second lead, right? And then you got that break. It just kind of you just kind of hope you put the right setup in. So tell us, did you get started in karting, or where did this all start?
I started off at Musselman Honda Circuit, which is one of my sponsors here in Tucson. And originally I started off in a tag. It was Tag Junior go-kart for Road Force. And then I kind of ventured off into doing a few dirt races and with clones, and then ended up with a shifter. And I still run the shifter periodically when I have time or when schedules, are capable of letting me do that. But I did that from the time I was 13 until 18, and then I got my super when I was 18.
Wow. So you're pretty well-rounded then. You've done a little bit of everything.
Yep, and then I also road race with my boyfriend in a Porsche now.
I saw that. You guys won the Cascade 8-hour endurance, in which you were the first female since 76, right? They say co-driver, but did you start or did Wes start?
Will started and he finished, and then we both ran. He ran 3 stints, I ran 2 stints in the middle.
Oh,
so, wow. It's pretty interesting to go through 8 hours, and we're hoping that we can run the 25-hour Thunder Hill December 6th, 7th. So those are pretty fun races because it goes for so long, and it all comes down to who can stay in it for the longest and for the long run.
Right. So now, had you had any prior road race experience?
I didn't. The only thing I had prior with road racing was the go-karting until I met him, and then I started running some of his Mustangs, and now it's the Porsche.
Wow. Well, at least at Riverside, your grandfather was a pretty good road racer.
Oh, yes. Oh, yeah. And the Mexican road race and everything, too. So
Yeah,
it definitely
absolutely.
runs there.
Yeah. Now, do you use him as a reference? I mean, do you guys talk quite a bit?
Yeah, we do. He comes to a lot of different events, especially here at Tucson because it's close to home.
Right.
But he likes being there just to be there, not so much have to do any work. He likes to sit there and be a part of it or watch and everything like that.
But do you ever go up and say, "Hey, Grandpa, what do you think I should do? Should I be this?" Does he give you advice?
I actually never have done that, but
Are you out of your mind?
I'm sure there will be a time that I will.
Are you out of your mind? No, I'm just kidding. Wow, wait. Well, it's awesome. So now you went back to do the diversity program at NASCAR. How was that?
It was pretty interesting. They tested us on fitness, media, and then on track, and hopefully I'll get some kind of an evaluation here shortly. But it was pretty interesting to see how they do everything. It was 23 of us that ran, so each of us took a session and did lots of interviews and everything. So it was interesting to see how everything kind of fell together with a team.
Yeah, absolutely. So now it wasn't just all girls, right? Or was it?
No, there was 13 girls, and then the rest were men. I think there was 4 or 5 guys from the NASCAR Mexico series that came, and then the rest there was just a variety of other people there. But yeah, there was 13 girls.
Wow. And how did the girls fare? I mean, were you right up there? I mean, were you?
Yeah, we never had timing actually in front of us. The only thing we had was our stopwatches, so it all kind of depends
Right.
on who was stopwatching or whatever. But we didn't actually have times from our transponders. They had them up in the tower.
Wow. That's so awesome. So now, and I also understand you are in school and you're training you're going to be getting into nursing. Is that correct?
Yep, I'm in my last semester of prerequisites for nursing, and I've applied to a couple different colleges, and it should hopefully start in spring, and then that'll be another 2.5 years to actually get a bachelor's for an RN.
Wow. So your dad must be pretty wealthy then if he's helping you out with the race car and going to be sending you to school, right?
No, I pay for all my school, and then they definitely help me with everything with racing.
Now, do you have chores that you have to do? Does Dad make you do chores?
They don't make me. I can do it.
Oh, they've never had to say, Mariah, get in there and clean up your room?
No, I usually keep my room pretty clean.
All right. Well, you can say that, but when your dad and I come up, when he gets up here, we have lunch. I'm going to ask. I'm going to find out what the truth is. So he's going to tell me. So
okay, I'm sure he will.
You know he will. So have you ever raced your dad?
Have I ever raced what?
Have you ever raced your dad?
You know what? I actually don't know. Only in a fun go-kart race, but I'm not ever in a big car.
Do you think you could beat him?
I don't know. Maybe.
No, wait a minute.
It would be an interesting race because he would still take out his mother to win a race.
You know what? That's what I was just going to say. He would stuff you before you won. I guarantee it.
Yeah. I don't know because I have his blood in me too. So
it'd be 2 bumps and a dump. Sorry, daughter, but not happening.
Yeah.
Well, did you whip him in the go-karts?
I did a few times. There's a few times he did that to me, and then there's a few times we've been on the same team. So
yeah, I just hope he's sitting right there listening to all this.
He actually is sitting right here, and he's laughing at you right now.
Yeah. Well, he's pretty awesome. I got a ton of respect for the man. There's just no question about it. But so I've got a couple minutes. But while I still got here, number one, what size T-shirt do you wear?
Well, and a men's it's small, and a woman's it's medium.
Well, it's going to be a men's, so it's going to be a small. Okay. because Blue Line Graphics and the Northwest Race Report, I just saw the prototypes. They're really cool. So you're going to be getting a T-shirt that says, I was in the seat guest on the Northwest Race Report, courtesy of Blue Line Graphics, all that.
Awesome.
So yeah, as soon as
Thank
they get done, I've got it down here, so I'll get you one. And if
Thank you.
if your old man's nice, I can't give him one because he wasn't on the show. Maybe if I have him on the show, I'll get him one. But I'll get him a Northwest.
You should.
I'll get him on the Northwest Race Report T-shirt. But I've got my quick 6 for you today. Okay, so what this is, I do this with all my guests. I'm going to ask you 6 questions. You can't think about it. You just gotta answer it. Okay.
Okay.
Tucson or Evergreen?
Tucson.
Hoosier or Goodyear?
Hoosier.
Who's your favorite racer?
My dad.
And your dad is?
Herschel McGriff Jr.
Thank you. Shorts or capris?
Capris.
Tennis shoes or sandals?
Tennis shoes.
What's your favorite food?
Pizza.
What? Pizza?
Nice.
What flavor pizza?
Pepperoni.
Oh, she's generic. In a late model finale, coming off of turn 4 to the flag, who would win? Wonder Woman or the Catwoman?
Wonder Woman.
Why?
Because she's wonderful.
Right on. That's so cool. Mariah, I want to thank you for being on the show. I want to tell you, you're a sweetheart. You've got a lot. I'm just super impressed with everything you're doing. You got a great head on your shoulders. I just can't say enough good about what I think you're doing. And if I can help you in my little small way, in any way, all you have to do is just ask. I'll do whatever I can to help you get where you want to be.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
And I got one last question for you. What's your favorite podcast?
My favorite podcast?
Yeah.
You?
All right. The Northwest Race Report. That's right. Okay.
Yep.
How'd you get that in? Be sure you kick your dad and give your mom a hug for me, will you?
I will, definitely. They'll probably kick you and hug you back.
I would love that. Thanks a lot for being on the show, Mariah. I appreciate it so much.
Thanks for having me.
Anytime. We'll have you back on once you, maybe after the turkey race, we'll get you on and see how you did.
Yeah, that'd be great.
All right. Awesome. Good talking to you. Thanks for being on. Okay.
You too.
Bye-bye.
All right. Bye.
Mariah McGriff. I'm going to tell you, her dad is pretty tough. And I was blessed enough to get the race with him. He drove for the High Wallers down at Willamette.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, and it was awesome. It's I guess until you've done it, you don't really know until your childhood heroes. You can actually talk race cars with them, right? I mean, I'd be at the track and he'd say, "Hey, what about this? What are you doing?" And when you can intelligently talk to one of these guys, it makes you feel pretty good, right? I mean,
heck yeah.
I remember Herschel Jr. when he was with his brother at Portland Speedway. He had a 66 Chevelle. It was blue. It was badass. And his brother Doug had a, what was it? It was like a 74 or in that area Charger. And they were out there practicing, and it was freaking awesome, man. Those were back in the day, steel body cars, and it was wonderful stuff. So
good stuff.
Yeah, great guy, Herschel McGriff Jr. One of the best fabbers as far as sheet metal and stuff. You can't even imagine. The only guy even close is Dave Goulet. But I mean, it would be a tough. Both those guys are just incredibly talented race car fabricators. So
big shoes to fill.
Absolutely. So yeah, we're coming up. We got coming up here in just a bit. We got Lapping with Lippy. So while we're waiting on Sean to give us a call, what's going to be going on with Lapping with Lippy?
Well, I'm going to elaborate a little bit more on what you had to say last week. Still working on the parents and kids, and I'll be elaborating on that a little bit more, going a little bit more in depth. I'll either ruffle some feathers or put some smiles on their face. It really depends. But, yeah, it's my second of 3 segments on this. So, yeah, I'll be elaborating on that. And then next show will be a little bit more in a little different direction.
Absolutely. So our other in the seat guest, Sean Hulbert, he's got a podcast, Sean in the Dirt. So we'll see if he gets, and there he is right there, right now. Sean, my man, is that you?
Hey. Yep.
Oh, dude. I got to tell you, this is our second Blue Line Graphics in the seat guest, and this is going to be so cool for me because I have not had a chance to meet him. But get ahead of the pack, look good, and stand out with Blue Line Graphics. They've got custom racing graphics and creative designs for all your motorsports needs, specializing in vehicle wraps, graphic kits, logos, and more. Go to www.blg.blue. Sean Hulbert, it's a pleasure to finally get to talk to you, man.
Yeah, man. How you doing?
I'm doing pretty good. You know, from one podcaster to another, there's kind of a learning curve here, isn't there?
Yeah, man. You're much more professional than me, man. Yeah, I've been listening to your show for a while now.
Oh, come on, dude.
You're doing it big, man.
Hey, man, I'm trying. I appreciate it. That's nice to hear from a fellow caster. But so, tell me about Sean Hulbert. I mean, how was racing in your blood? How did it get there?
You know, it's kind of, it's interesting because I never really grew up in racing. I really didn't, my dad got into NASCAR, and so I started following that a little bit, and then I started going over to Evergreen Speedway and kind of checking out pavement stuff. And then, I don't know, I don't know how many years it's been now. It's been a while now, but I found the dirt track. And once I found the dirt track, man, I wasn't going back, and I just really found the love of dirt. And so that's kind of how it started. I just kind of found the dirt and really enjoyed going to it. But during the week, I was like, well, I can't really I can't find a lot about, I want to hear from guys during the week and kind of hear about what happened the week before. And so that's how the whole podcast started. And I was like, well, my name's Sean. We're in the dirt. Let's just call it that,
Dude, it's actually kind of catchy. It's pretty sweet.
Yeah, so that's really how it started. And then I can't believe it's been 6 years. And, and I've kind of changed it a little bit. I used to do a lot more weekly shows. But,
right.
Now I'm just kind of focusing on the major stuff. And then, like, championships, I try to, get to it. And then, of course, the JOB always gets in the way with some things. But,
yeah, absolutely.
But you gotta try to plan it out and get that schedule when it comes out and kind of figure out, where you want to go. And
I know
of course you got to hit up the big events. You always got to hit up. You've got to really try to get to those major ones.
Absolutely, and it's the format and everything else. I mean, there's a lot of work to it.
Yeah. I mean, I really enjoy your show because you're live right off the thing. Luckily with mine, I can edit things and I can do a lot of that kind of stuff, so it works out pretty good. To be able to do that and be able to talk to guys. You're much more braver than me doing it live.
Well, where are you at? I mean, where do you live?
I live up in Everett.
So we gotta do, man. What we gotta do is me and Lippy, we gotta have you down. And you can sit in with us. I think it'd just be cool as heck. And you come in and do a live show with it. I mean, it's nothing big, right? I got a room.
No.
I took my extra room, and we made a little studio out of it. And Lippy's got a big chair, and I got a big chair. And you can come in and sit in. We can BS and have a good time on the show. Would you be down for doing that?
Yeah, I'd be down. Let me know. We'll figure it out.
Dude, let's do that for sure. So
yeah,
what?
I mean, I go on North Sound Racing quite a bit. The only racing show in the Northwest on AM radio.
Right.
And so they've got their big banquet coming up. It's not really a big banquet. It's just kind of a thing that they do at the Buzz Inn, and they just give out awards and stuff. They used to do it live, but it kind of got stressful for them to try to do it live and put on a radio show.
Yeah.
So now they record it.
Well, you know what? Steve Mortland said if I wanted to come do my podcast from there, I could do that. So maybe
come on up. It's at the Buzz Inn.
Yeah, I'm gonna be brave. I'm gonna do that bad boy live.
Woohoo!
Yeah, there you go. Yeah, I don't know that. There you go.
Yeah, I'm gonna do it live.
Hey, you're the man.
I'm gonna try to be. But yeah,
man. Yeah, I mean, it's an honor to be on your show. I just,
man.
Just trying to do things, it's, anyone that support local guys, support people that are just trying to promote whatever you're trying to promote,
Absolutely. Absolutely.
I got to get into the cage carts a little bit more. I'm not too hip on that, so.
Well, come on down to Salem, man. Come on down to Salem. Couple of the indoors.
Yeah, I need to.
We can meet
Come
up.
check it out. I'll roll with you.
Yeah, absolutely, dude. We can actually. I'll be doing the Speedway stuff, so maybe Lippy will be. We're gonna do some 2-day show stuff with the cage carts, but maybe on some of those Speedway ones, I could always use a good pit road reporter. We could do some cool stuff for this guy.
I graduated high school at Devin Barnes.
No way.
So yeah, Devin. So I know Devin's into that cage kart stuff, and of course, Big Al was a huge, inspiration to me.
Right.
His passing is just really hit me and of course millions of people a lot hard.
Yeah, absolutely.
He was. Big Al was a huge part of like Devin and the cage cart and the sprint car and just all those deals. But yeah, Devin says that, he wants me to come down too. So we've talked about it, but yeah, we need to, I don't know. I think it sounds like he's going to run a cage cart. I saw some pictures.
Nice.
He's working on a cage cart. So I don't really know what his plans are, But I know he had some pictures up on Facebook. He said, my next project, and it looked like a cage cart. So.
Yeah, well, Devin Barnes can roll. I mean, he can wheel it. Yeah, buddy. He you know what? 40. He wasn't bad. He wasn't bad in a go-kart either. I mean, Devin Barnes could get it done.
He might even be better in a go-kart, right? I don't know.
You never know.
Yeah.
Sometimes things catch people different. I mean, he's really good at a sprint car, but some guys are.
Have you ever driven a cart?
Nah, I haven't.
Lippy might be able to help you with that.
Yes, I might.
I'm good, man. I'm good.
Well, if you're good, Lippy's saying, let's go, baby. No, hey, Lippy, is it about that?
No, I don't know. I got a seat that'll fit you, man. You just got to get in it.
Yeah, I wouldn't fit in that thing, man. You know me. Have you seen me?
Nope, but I got a big seat if you need it.
There you go, Hulbert. We got to get you down. Would that be cool? You could go down and even maybe on a practice night, we could wheel down there.
I'm good. I am good.
What, you don't want to do it?
No, I'm good.
we could set it up with we could set it up with Monroe. That's right down the street from you.
Yeah, no, we're good.
That's awesome, man. So quickly, I got about another minute, but when's the podcast going to start back up again?
I'm hoping to do something here soon. I might do some recording at the North Sound event. We'll see. The week after, there's the banquet for the one of the coolest series that we got going around here is that midget series. With the Heath or that.
Is that the Focus one?
What's that?
Is that the Focus midget one?
Yeah. That Carla and Galen have put on. Carla and Galen Stewart have done. I mean that series, they have a little, they're calling it their little award show. I think it's going to be in a garage or in a shop. But I'm going to try to go to that and get some interviews because I just really enjoy the drivers in that series and the way that they have done that series. The way that they just promote that series, Galen buys a car and then works on it and then sells it to a team and, they just kind of all work. It's just the way that they do things are just unbelievable. And the promotion. Yeah. And just the way that they get people behind them is, Ryan Colley.
Yep.
Tristan Thomas has been huge in that. He was really good this year, but, he went to California and had that really bad wreck. And then they got a car, they got a car replaced pretty quick. So,
Wow.
That's, so
yeah, and you got Renee Angel, and you got some good wheels there.
Renee misses a few of the events because she's driving a cage cart. She goes down and runs that big event. Where is it at? You probably know more than I do.
Well, she runs the Cage Cup, and there's BK8. You got to come down for that, Sean. You'll love it. I mean, it's going on.
We'll have to figure it out.
Yeah,
we'll talk about it off. Hit me up and we'll figure it out.
Okay.
See what's going on.
And before I let you
See
go,
what's going on? I don't know. I got kind of hard because I work retail too, so it's a little, when we get into the winter months, you know how it is.
we'll make something fly. But while I got you here, I'm gonna get. I got my quick 6 I do with all my drivers. All right, so I'm gonna ask you 6 questions. You can't
I heard
think.
that earlier. I was like, oh gosh, what's he gonna ask me?
Here we go. Skagit or Deming?
Oh man, what are you doing to me? I got as far as the weekly show, I'm going to say Deming.
Okay.
I love
That's
just going up there every
nobody's going
week.
to take offense. He's a best track snack bar.
What's that?
Which track has the best snack bar?
Deming.
Sparks?
You guys ever had the Brandy Burger? Come on now. Deming.
Sparks or Kinzer?
What?
Trey Sparks or Steve Kinzer?
Kinzer.
Race gas or methanol?
Methanol.
Who's your favorite racer?
Oh, I don't know. Who's my favorite racer?
Yeah. You got to have a hero. Everybody does.
Well, my favorite, I don't know. I don't really have I have so many.
Okay. We'll say Renee Angel. Okay.
Well, my favorite, if you're going to talk like who's my hero as far as like racing?
Yeah.
I was going to say my hero in general is Big Al.
Big Al. There you go.
Because of the racing, because of the way that he's able to work with people and to get things done, and just the way he was. You know, you
Can't
can't
go wrong
beat
with that one.
As far as race car driver, you know, there's so many race car drivers. Locally, I've always been a big fan of like Jason Sowald.
Okay.
Big fan of Jason Sowald. Can't go wrong with Roger Crockett, just the way he races. You know, I guess Shane Stewart would be my national guy. I just really enjoy talking to Shane. He always spends so much time with me on podcasts over the years, and
Sweet.
I would say Shane.
So in a sprint car race, who would win, Kevin Hart or Eddie Murphy?
Kevin Harvick or Eddie Murphy?
No, Kevin Hart or Eddie Murphy.
Oh, Kevin Hart.
Yes, or Eddie Murphy.
Kevin Hart.
Right on. What size shirt you wear?
Big one, 5.
XL?
Yeah.
Gotcha. I'm going to get you a in the seat guest T-shirt, courtesy of Blue Line Graphics. I gotta let you go because I gotta get Lippy's segment in here. But we're gonna get you back on. We're gonna hook up. We're gonna go to Salem. We're gonna do some cool things, you and I.
Hey man, hit me up. Thanks for the time.
Thank you, buddy.
All right, man.
All right, take care. Bye bye. Sean Holbert, Sean in the Dirt. Be sure you check out his podcast. You can find him on Facebook. Sean in the Dirt on Facebook. Go by and like his page. Good guy. And right now, you know what? It's time for Lappin' with Lippy.
Woohoo! I'd just like to say that Kevin Bridges nominated Danica for his favorite driver. Ha, ha, ha.
No. Oh, no. Oh, no, Dessa.
Oh, no.
Odessa, yeah.
Oh, no.
Damon Sullivan's, yeah. You're on, man.
Nice. So, listen, today we're going to talk more about the parents and kids. Because as a promoter / president of the club, this is a lot of what I see and some of the things that I like or dislike about what happens with my day. And I just don't think a lot of parents put a lot of thought into it because they are, we'll say, ulterior motives. So today I want to talk about our kids and the pressures that we put on them. Now, Terry elaborated a little bit on this last week, but I'm going to go into it a little bit more in depth. We all see the guys and gals that are out at the edge of the track yelling at their kids, go, get up there, get it done. What are you doing? You know, those kind of people that are always so wound up. It isn't the best thing for our kids, I don't think. It's added pressure, added stress that it just doesn't need to happen. It's bossy parents. So This is all stuff that happens, and I see at the track each and every week that is a little bit disturbing to me. This doesn't apply to all families or all kids, but enough of them it does. So, sometimes I think we just need to step back a little bit and think before we do and say some of the things that we say. Just getting out there and getting to work.
Well, Lippy, you have, I don't know, if we were to stop and think about it, all right, you and I are adults, right? We're not over the 50 yet. We're fully developed. So you got a 10-year-old kid there. He's driving a race car, right? Basically a race car, right?
Right.
And just the pressures of driving that are, we're probably on the threshold of, their minds are not developed yet. Their decision-making skills are not right. So
exactly,
we're dealing with some touchy stuff.
Right. Yeah. They're young adults, and sometimes like you said, when they're under that age, they are still kids very much. They only want to please us, so they try very hard to do that, and we continue to put undue pressure on them. And that's some of the things that we need to think about as parents and mentors. Not putting so much pressure on our kids. Their head can only take so much, and with us always pushing at them, it's not the best thing. Some of our kids are only 8 years old out there and 10 years old, and we expect a lot out of them, and that's just not fair to them. They are there to have fun, and that's why they started this. We are the ones that make it into a job or more of an atmosphere than they want to put into it. And again, this isn't for all families. This is just, some of the families that are out there. We as adults, we need to remember sometimes that it is a race day. It isn't gonna make or break our lives, and we can't live through our children trying to make them what we are. We most times have 20 years, 30 years on them. So, expecting them to do what we would do just doesn't always happen. It's hard to get them to do that. And, Terry elaborated on some of this stuff last week. When your kids are out there and you are pushing them, sometimes they will just shut down on you and run out of energy because we have put so much pressure on them, and they only want to make us happy and to do what we want to do. So we just need to step back sometimes and not put that much pressure on them.
But Kevin Bridges says, but they can run a 4:10 at 13, right?
Well, they can and do, definitely do, and some kids are much different than other kids. I'm not saying that you shouldn't push your kids. You know your kids better than we do, but a lot of times I see parents out there that are, they're at the edge of the racetrack. They are yelling and screaming to try and get their kids to get up there and get further ahead and do better, and why can't you pass him and things like that. And, it takes the drive out of them a lot of times, especially when you get them back to the pit. I think one of the things that stood out to me the most, conversation you and I had, and, it was a racer that came off the track, and there was quite a few people out there, and he got third, and you asked him what happened, and he looked at you and said, "What do you mean? I got third. There was 15 people out there." And, that was big to you, and that really spoke to me too. And this is what we think of our kids. As soon as they get off the track, that's, a lot of times what I hear from parents is, what happened out there? What were you doing? What were you thinking? And, that isn't always what they need to hear at that point. Great job, good run. Those are things that they need to hear at that point. I know that sometimes you're disappointed with your kids and didn't think that they did a good job, but you need to slow down sometimes and just take a step back and then ask them, what was the car doing at this time? Why was it doing this? You don't need to start with why did you do that? And why weren't you going faster? That's not the kind of things that are going to help your kid. You need to nurture your kid and talk to them on the same level to try and help them. Whenever you just want to demand, it always ends up badly. When I first got into this, there was a family that had a son that was running in quarter midgets, and he could drive anything. I don't care what it was. He could drive anything. He took him out of quarter midgets and put him into go-karts, and that kid could drive anything. But the dad put so much pressure on him that he just closed up, and towards the end, he didn't want to drive anything. And he was probably the best driver on the property, hands down. But to this day, he is still not back in anything to drive because he was just sheerly pushed that hard by his father that it's a shame, because he was a natural shoe.
And you know, Lippy, it also, I think when we talk sportsmanship, that same thing there breeds on sportsmanship, right? Not that they're against the other kid, but it's just that, you know, my goodness, my dad wants me to do good. You know, I can't be a good, you know, no, I'm not happy because my dad's not happy. And so I'm not going to be a good sport about losing because now I got to hear it for the next, you know, the whole round of heat races.
Yeah, exactly. That's it. That's it right there. I mean, it's like I said before. It's the undue stress that we put on them, expecting them to do better and do more, and they always try and please us because that's what they do. So, you know, to not do that and just congratulate them and be thankful for everything that they have done is going to make them a better person. And like you said, yes, it's going to be great for the sportsmanship because that's something that is missing from our racing nowadays. Those of you that are friends with me on Facebook, I put up a picture this last week that's one of my favorite pictures.
Super cool.
Of all time, and that was me and another racer, Lawrence Kirkham. He's a great driver. He's running sprint cars now, you know, and we had a great battle going on at the track, and when it was all over with, the next slow down lap, we were out there bumping fists still in our carts on the track, and that was a great moment for me. That's what racing is all about. I don't want to come off the track and have somebody upset, mad, or hating me for something that I did, nor do I want to feel that way towards somebody, and we portray that through our kids when they come off the track and you're mad at them for not doing that. So it's just something we need to think about when we're out there.
Well, you know, Aaron Stanford said, well, he says, I can't have my kids beat me because then I'd have to retire.
This is always a bad factor, and I do see this a lot. And, you know, for me, it's just how it is. You know, I race with my nephew, and he is younger than I am and a lot more spry than I am and a better driver.
He is I'm not saying you're not good, but he is pretty darn good.
He's a good shoe. But, you know, I take my lumps. I get him once in a while, but I don't put any undue stress on him. I put more stress on him because he doesn't own something that he did on the track. And that's when me and him come into a conflict. And, you know, if you do something bad on the track, if you put yourself in a predicament trying to pass somebody and you don't get it done and you end up spinning everybody out, you know, I don't like people that go back to their spot. You know what you did. I say own what you did. You put yourself in that predicament. It didn't work. Go to the back like you're supposed to and work your way through the field. Don't be that guy that goes back to your spot and makes the staff, me, and my people put you to the back, because that's not fun for us either. So you know what you did. Own what you did. So if it didn't work, move yourself to the back and start over.
Well, you said it best too. I think at one of your meetings is, you know, when they're coming up and they want to discuss their point, they're going to get a lot further if they come to you with a temperament that's under control than one, you know, screaming, you know, what do you think? Are you out of your mind? What do you know, right? So the same, I think, would go here is if you come off there and you say, you know, what in God's name are you doing? What are you thinking? Are you out of, you know? I mean, it's the same thing there. I think you're going to get a lot further by becoming positive, and you're going to get more info out of them. about what's going on.
Absolutely. That is definitely one of the things that I talk about during my drivers' meetings before each one of the races, and that is, if you have a discrepancy on the track or something that happens with you and somebody else or you and one of my people, the best thing for you to do is take a few minutes and calm yourself down, because if you come to me yelling and screaming with a problem, then we both have a problem, and you're not going to get what you want. But if you come to me and discuss your problem, I will try and rectify it the best I can, but you must calm down before you come to me, otherwise you're not going to get anywhere.
And so translate that to a 8, 9, 10, 12-year-old kid, and hey, bingo, now we got some psychology there behind it.
Absolutely. Psychology, sure, yes, and set up information with just talking to them instead of being upset with them because they didn't do what you thought they should have done. They did the best they thought they could do with what they had. So the best thing for you to do is try and figure out what you can give them better to make their stuff better. And if they can't diagnose it or tell you what's the matter with it, then you need to start educating them on what your cart does or their cart does to do things so that they can tell you what the cart wants. It's not a good idea to just start demanding that they should be doing better than they're doing, because it doesn't end up with the same end result.
Absolutely. They just don't know. And how can you expect them to know, right? They're not sure what exactly you're asking. Like you said, you've got 20, 30 years of experience. You know what you're looking for. They're going, never mind. They're probably going, what do you want from me? You're lucky I'm in this thing.
I tried as hard as I could. I've heard that several times. Dad, I tried as hard as I could. But, for some parents, it's just not enough. They want more, 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 more. And all of us want our best for our kids, and all of us want them to finish up front. But sometimes you just have to settle for what they got, and don't be upset about it. That's the biggest thing. They learn from us. So if you're always showing that, then that's the way they're going to be, is aggressive, and that's not always the best thing. Aggressive doesn't always work. Yes, it will get you by people once in a while, but it also gets you a reputation and, let's face it, a lot of watered up stuff.
Yeah, and when's the next club meeting for the CKA?
We've got a general election coming up next month, so we're going to be nominating several people. I'm looking for a vice president as well as a few board positions and some other stuff.
Hey, Damon Sullivan puts on a roll program by Mockingbird Racing. Just a lot of comments. That's good stuff. Aaron Stanford said his dad retired at the age of 75 from racing,
Nice.
So I told my wife that I'm not going to repeat that on the show. But anyway, it's a good thing. It's something we should periodically touch by. Lippy's got some good stuff, you guys. And Lapping with Lippy, he's going to be having it every week. So hopefully, if you've got topics for Lippy, right, you're open for that. They can hit you up on your Facebook page, right?
Yeah, definitely. I've got one more topic on this, and I kind of touched on it a little bit tonight. So if you dig deep, you'll kind of figure it out. But next week, it's going to be ethics. So I'm probably going to step on a few more toes. I touched on it a little bit tonight, but just like the week before last, I touched on this week's stuff. So I'll have another one next week, and then we're going to shift gears after that.
That's awesome stuff. And what do we got coming up? You said on Sunday, I think he said, right? Jason said Sunday, 12 to 5 is practice at Salem Speedway. Yep. So those of you can make it, stop by there and check it out. Lots of turkey racing coming up in the month of November. Check the Northwest Race Report Facebook page, and also Lippy's page, Glenn Tower on Facebook. He's got some cool stuff on there, what's going on with the CKA. If you've got a race, you've got something you want to get on the show, you want to get out there, please either let Lippy know, Glenn Tower on Facebook, or hit me up here on the Northwest Race Report. We both look at the page, so you can send it there. But man, I love the turnout we had tonight. I want to thank everybody: Ricky Worley, Damon Sullivan, Kevin Bridges, Ray Smith, Sean Carr. Man, the list goes on.
Daniel Watkins.
Yeah, Dan. Well, I mean, just Craig Collins. I mean, just the whole group. I mean, man, Scott Warning, all the great guys. Cody Chisholm. It's wonderful, guys, and we do this for you. I hope you know that, and that's why we're here. So, as in life and on the racetrack, when somebody's taking the low side, what do you got to do, Lippy?
Head to the high side.
Absolutely. We love you guys. We'll see you next week, 6:30 Pacific. Tell your friends, bring one.